This is the way the system's supposed to work. An ex-girlfriend gets alarming text messages from her ex-boyfriend talking about how he wants to be the next prolific shooter. He wants to kill up to 100 people. He wants to die and have fun while he's dying. And he wants to shoot people in the way that the sniper shot people in Las Vegas from over 3 miles away. She automatically alerts police, and every single police department in East Volusia County, New Smyrna, Daytona Beach Shores, Daytona, South Daytona, and us jump on it. He gets arrested. We get a search warrant and hit his house, and we recover a .22 hunting rifle and 400 rounds of ammunition. Clearly, this is a person that fits the profile of what an active shooter is. 24 years old, lost his girlfriend, lost his job, has no money, and is fascinated and studies the last big active killers that we've had in our country. And he talks about how schools aren't really a good target. He wants to go somewhere we can kill up to 100 people. So, we're still investigating to find more out. But when I talk about how this is how it's supposed to work. You see something, say something, law enforcement does their job, we seize his weapons, he's under arrest, he's on our radar screen, and clearly this is a person that's disturbed. Clearly through the text messages and our interviews with him, this is something he's been thinking about for a while. And obviously the tipping point was what happened. I mean, what everything comes together at once. He loses his girlfriend, he loses his job, he's got no money, and all these things start to now bubble up and come to fruition of what he wants to do. He talks about how he wants to die in his text messages, and when he dies, he wants to kill 100 people, and at least 100 people, and have fun doing it. And again, he's fascinated in studying what all these other active shooters does. He talks in his text messages about he doesn't care really about dying.
Do you have any weapons we need to know about?
No. Just go ahead and lean up against the car for me.
Just put your butt right there. Can you sit a little bit?
Gotcha.
There you go. Perfect.
Can I ask what's going on?
I'm not going to be the one to tell you. That's going to be another officer.
About how quick your department jumped on this?
It was everybody. South Daytona got the first call. South Daytona went right to New Smyrna. New Smyrna went to his place of work, discovered he was fired, and he was living in the Shores. The Shores went and contacted him, and based on their investigation, were able to make an arrest, contacted us. We were able to follow up, get a search warrant to search his residence in Daytona Beach, cover the firearms, and then start to put this whole thing, the firearm and the 400 rounds of ammunition, and then start to put this whole thing together. Unfortunately, so many people have lost their lives in active shooters. In the Parkland case, I think, really hammered home the ineffectiveness of law enforcement, that everybody now, whether it's the school threats, I mean, we've had three threats or 4 threats already the first week of school we had to make arrests on, and now this. Obviously, we know what it is. It's a priority when somebody says something like this. All of law enforcement, nobody punted the ball here. Everybody worked in concert to get this guy into custody, cover his firearm, get a risk protection order out so he can't possess any firearms or buy any firearms, and then potentially cut off what clearly, who knew he was already at the breaking point. Let me say this to you, and I've been doing this for 32 years. There are people in our communities that are motivated to be killers. And it doesn't matter whether the media covers it or somebody says something about it. They are motivated to make a name for themselves, and they're going to go out and do it. And that's the toughest part for us in law enforcement, the toughest part for our communities. How do you protect against a lone wolf gunman who's motivated and who has the means to kill people by the dozens? All of these threats have to be vetted. There is no such thing in today's day and age as I was joking. And I'll say what I've always said. You wouldn't stand up on a flight from here to Chicago and say, hijack, and expect nothing to happen to you. Why would you post anything on social media or tell your friends or speak out loud and say, I'm coming to school tomorrow, I'm going to kill the principal and 20 students? You just don't do that. You're going to get locked up. I think that what you're dealing with somebody with, and I'm not a medical expert at all, but I'll just tell you from my personal opinion, he's psychotic. Even in his interview, he talked in third person. He never talked in first person. He talked in third person.
Is this because I have an unpaid debt?
Do you have a warrant? Is that why?
Not that I know of, no.
Okay. Is your ID in here?
Yes, it is.
Can I grab it?
Yes, sir.
Okay.